There's a large influx of $10 to $12 calls being placed on Atossa as well, so a lot of people are betting on them hitting double digits relatively soon. Hey guys, welcome to DreamCoin, where we show you how to invest for a better tomorrow. My name's Tyler, and today we're going to be doing a quick look over of Atossa Therapeutics, why I think they're primed for a crazy run not only this week but long term, and where I think they're going for in the future. So just to get started, I've been high on Atossa personally since about January. This is before I started making a lot of content and running my Discord and everything, so I don't have too many price targets or anything I had out by them, but I did start looking at them around the $1 to $2 area. Was invested in them in January before I knew too much about what I was doing, and then basically ended up selling them out because I didn't know how to analyze companies too well. But over the last couple months, they've been making a slow trek up over higher highs and higher lows. For anybody that's just now hearing about Atossa Therapeutics or have been following them and don't know too much in depth about the company, they have a couple different ways that they're looking to do trials for a treatment for breast cancer that has shown very good data in the past, which leads me to believe that the data they're going to release tomorrow is going to be pretty significantly positive as well. The two main forms are topical and oral, so this kind of mitigates the effects of needing to do higher end treatments for cancer if this works. With doing things like chemo, where it actually does a lot of damage to other parts of the body just as much as it does to cancer itself, they're trying to move forward with their treatment called endoxifen as a primary mover in the breast cancer market specifically. Alongside their breast cancer treatments, they are working on two COVID-19 programs, where one is a nasal spray that is more targeted towards people that are either asymptomatic or have very mild symptoms and can treat themselves at home. And their other program that they're working on for COVID-19 is the HOPE program, which is basically anybody that is closer to being in hospitalization would get this drug, and it would set them up to basically work the same as a vaccine would, that produces antibodies in the body to kind of just shut down viruses being able to enter the cells. And this would work similar to how if somebody had keys to a lock before and you go and change the locks, they're no longer able to open that lock again just because you shut down the process that they had access to before. And so this works in the same way that the cells in a person's body are signaled to close up and not allow foreign entities inside of them, and this allows the virus to not be able to spread through the body as quickly as it would without treatment. And the thing to keep in mind for their run up this week is that tomorrow, June 9th, their phase 2 study for their oral endoxifen is going to have a data release. It's going to be on a webinar that's starting around 9 a.m. Eastern, so right before the market opens. And so this could see a decent run up through pre-market off hype off of this. And then if the data is good, I could see this exploding at market open. If it's or kind of not as great as they think, I could see this pulling back to about $4.50 to $5 minimum, if not more. They do have a history of dropping off significantly after data, so do keep that in mind if you're trying to play this into that webinar. But as I said before, they have a history of having solid data specifically with their endoxifen treatment. So if this looks as good as some of the previous announcements this year alone, we could be seeing a large release towards where they go into market open tomorrow in stock price action. And what's more crazy to think about is there's a large influx of $10 to $12 price range targets for calls being placed on Atossa as well. So a lot of people are betting on them hitting double digits relatively soon. As we analyze the price action on Atossa, you can see back around January to February, they had a huge run up as well, cooled off, and then had a second huge run up, and that's still lower than where they are today. Both of these are off of just different data coming out for them. The January release was one of their first big conferences and data releases for endoxifen and what they were trying to do, and different information on their nasal spray and everything. And so there was a big movement for there to where they were around $1 in mid-January and ran all the way to $3.50. Same here, the next time they were around January 28th at $2, and this next run up they were above $4. And since April, their lowest, they were about $1.50, and now they're trading over $6 for the market today. With this data coming out tomorrow, there's going to be possibly a lot of pullback that happens off of that, but the way they've been cycling, it seems like they would be consistently going up towards the end of the year. I'm not really counting this March to April area because a lot of stocks were pretty dead and not doing too hot during March just because of some of the major market pullbacks that were happening, specifically in pharma and biotech stocks. And so I think this is more of an anomaly and delayed this huge run up, which is why we see such such a crazy uptrend since that April area, and this would allow for them to have a possible run to $10 to $15 over the next couple months, and by end of year I think they could be $20 to $30. If they can get this nasal spray out for COVID and their HOPE program gets more progressed and they have everything that goes along with that, I could see a significant amount of upside for Atossa as well. I'm talking if we look towards the end of 2022, early 2023, we could be seeing Atossa easily within $80 to $100 range possibly, just due to the fact that they have a significant amount of market space they could be taking up with preventing COVID, hospitalizations, helping people more progressively that have been hospitalized with COVID-19, and then being a possible front runner for breast cancer treatments. This all coincides to potentially being a huge explosion in them over the next couple years with what they're trying to move into. And so for me, going off of this data, if they get a good run up, I could see them going $7.50 to $8 tomorrow minimum, and then long term towards the end of the year, I'm going to be looking for 20 to 25 possibly with some of their data that comes out. And going into 2023, I do want to see more of a run up into a channel of $50 to $100 from them due to their data for their COVID-19 stuff coming out more, and then possibly going for FDA submission for their breast cancer treatments, or just FDA approval for at least privatized treatments for people that are in dire need of treatment. I just want to thank you guys so much for the support lately. We hit over 5,000 views on my latest video, which is my new top all-time viewed video, and I love the stock send, so make sure you check that out if you haven't already seen it. Almost just as fast as we hit 1,000 subscribers, we're almost at 1,100 now, which is just wild to think about. So I appreciate you guys checking out the content. Always free to respond to you guys in the comments if you need anything else. And we do have the Discord linked in the channel for you in different spots. So if you want to come into a community and talk to us during the day about like different stocks or get opinions on stuff early without me being able to drop a video, make sure you join that as well. Other than that, that's going to do it for me in this video today, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.